And recording. All right. Do you know how many plastic bags you used last time you went grocery shopping? Chances are you don't even pay attention. Just about any purchase you make will involve leaving with a plastic bag in hand. But then what happens to those bags once you get home from the store? Statistics by the Business Source Complete database show that Americans produce 110 billion plastic bags per year, of which only 2% of them are recycled. The rest then accumulate as trash. It is important that we as a society stop using plastic grocery bags because they're often not recyclable, they have negative effects on the environment, and there are more eco-friendly alternatives. So first off, you might be wondering, why are plastic grocery bags recyclable? They're just like any other plastics out there, right? Well, while it's true that it is possible to break down and reuse plastic bags, the truth is that most waste centers don't do this. Plastic bags are generally made out of a compound called low-density polyethylene, and because this type of plastic has a different chemical composition than the type that is used in most water bottles and food containers that are made out of either high-density polyethylene or polyethylene terephthalate, you can't mix these different compounds together. The different types of plastics are easily identified as a number inside of these triangles with the arrows, and the numbers are what indicate what type of plastic it is. The food containers and water bottles are usually indicated by the 1 or 2, while the standard plastic bag is a number 4. Now most people, they just see those triangles with the arrows and then they assume that it automatically means it can be recycled. But waste centers actually make money off reselling the plastics that they're able to salvage, and the highest demand is for the plastics made of the 1 and 2 category, and so that is what is recycled, and then the rest usually is thrown away. So besides there being a low marketability for the low-density polyethylene bags, they're also a nuisance for the recycling facilities. Oftentimes these plastic bags can jam up in their machines, and it ends up costing the companies more money to fix the machines than what it would be worth to actually recycle the bags. So between the little profit and the potential to lose money from equipment damage, plastic bags are sent straight to landfills, which in turn negatively affects our environment. So because plastic bags are not biodegradable, they accumulate rapidly in landfills. The U.S. National Park Service estimates that it takes one plastic bag anywhere from 10 to 20 years to decompose in the environment, and that's assuming that there's the ideal conditions for the decomposition process present. However, landfills do not fit that category, as the trash is packed so tightly together that there's not enough oxygen or moisture to break down the garbage that's there. Oftentimes, if plastic bags are not tethered down by other garbage, they will blow away in the wind and then end up in our ecosystem and negatively affect the animals there, in particular marine life. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency found in a study that 61% of autopsied green sea turtles had wrapped up plastic in their digestive tracts, in particular buoyant plastics such as plastic bags that can resemble jellyfish in water, their main food source. Sea turtles are not the only species affected by plastic waste debris, as there have been plastics found in birds, fish, whales, sharks, seals. I mean, you name it, an animal has probably eaten it. Plastic also is indirectly consumed by wildlife because when it breaks down in the water, it releases chemicals, one of which is called bisphenol A, also known as BPA. Studies featured in National Geographic indicate that fish who are exposed to BPA not only produce fewer healthy offspring, but also put us as consumers who buy and eat seafood at risk to ingesting this toxic chemical. While plastic bags are not solely responsible for the ecological damages, it is one of the easiest and most unnecessary plastics that we can remove from the waste buildup that we create. The biggest source of plastic bags comes from when we go shopping. Nowadays, though, it is very common to go to the grocery stores and buy a reusable bag there. They're made out of a variety of materials, and they're generally larger and more durable than the one-time use plastic bags. They're very cheap, considering the amount of life that you will get out of them, as the California San Jose government estimates that one reusable bag can be used 600 or more times, which replaces 1 year's worth of plastic bags per individual. The largest concern against plastic bags is that they have a higher chance of cross-contamination between carrying food items such as meat or produce and then cultivate bacteria that can cause illness. This is a very easy fix, as all you have to do is wash your bag out after you carry those types of products, or wipe it out with a disinfectant wipe. It's very little work considering the amount of plastic that will then be kept out of the environment. So now that we've discussed why it is important to stop using plastic grocery bags due to them being non-recyclable, having negative effects on the environment, and the more eco-friendly alternatives, I hope you all think twice about using plastic and encourage people you know to do the same. We may not be able to avoid wasting plastic altogether, but holding ourselves accountable for the little things will hopefully influence others and create a cleaner earth for ourselves and future generations. Thank you all for your time today.